Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.
By the way, obviously that looked like the beach. Was that the beach? I think so. Let's talk about the severe weather threat today and what we could expect here across the region. And you know, the severe weather threat isn't huge today, which means not a lot of organized severe storms, but some storms, a couple of them, may be reaching severe limits, and that's going to be most likely across the high plains here. Hail, I think, is the primary form of severe weather. Perhaps a tornado risk, pretty low, but still a possible risk with a storm or two here into Wisconsin and northeastern parts of Iowa, and then a little risk down here, primarily wind damage, or we'll have to watch for a few rotating storms potentially with that little spin with the area into the Gulf. So you can see there's a lot of rain right now. It's just rain is what we're dealing with, but still that's enough to create wet roads and difficult driving conditions. Most of the thunderstorms have been holding offshore, but there you can see some of that lightning trying to kick up and intensify, and we'll have to watch that line as it kind of backs up over the Houston metro area. Now, we want to take you back up north because we have been seeing some showers, pretty hefty, moving around the Twin Cities metro area. These are lifting northward right now, and then we've got another area right where 35 and 90 come together near Albert Lee, where we've got some thunderstorms which are intensifying at this time.
This is, you know, a week that if you looked last week at this week, you say, oh, we're going to have a few thunderstorms or, you know, whatever in some areas. But just that's the way Mother Nature works this time of year. Right. We can get the storms set up, ridiculous flooding to begin. Now at the end of the week, Jackie, we're dealing with possibly more flooding and a possible tropical system.
Right. Ironic when you think about the worst of the rain likely we're going to come out of with this week was not from a tropical system, though.
Yeah, right.
Right?
It's just, don't let me go there right now. So much going on,
but
Jackie.
Right.
Yes,
Usually that's what's going to bring you the, you know, the 12 to 15-inch rainfall totals, and that's what we've seen in some of these areas. So even with the new tropical system coming in here, we're only expecting maybe 1 to 3 additional inches. But remember, our threshold is so much lower, and we're really looking especially in this area here where it's going to take less than 2 inches of rain, less than 2, to renew the flood situation. And we still have some of that flooding ongoing in many of these areas like Chris was just talking about. So flash flood watches remain in effect right along the Texas-Louisiana state line in areas, you know, to the west and east of there, and even stretching up towards Texarkana. That's going to continue through the rest of the day. We'll see if that has to get extended into tomorrow as well. The rainfall in the last week, as I mentioned, has been the double digits in some spots, but even just in the last 48 hours, even just in the last 2 days, some of this orange, that's 5 to 8 inches of rainfall. So even that in and of itself is way too much. So 1 to 3 on the table here. I think most areas are going to be in 1 to 2 with the tropical invest area that we're watching combined with this high pressure helping to pull that moisture in. We're expecting more of a spotty nature of the precipitation, and that's going to continue into tomorrow. Eventually our high pressure that's building to the east, that's bringing all of the heat, Chris, is going to be pushing that rain line a little farther west. So more central Texas as opposed to, say, you know, eastern and southeastern Texas that have been hit so hard as we head into next week.
And of course, tomorrow, Saturday, a lot of people like to disconnect, tune out, but unfortunately.
Yesterday, and here's a look at all the severe weather reports we've had over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday combined. I mean, yesterday alone, we had about 80 severe weather reports, 10 of which were reported tornadoes. You can see them stretching from the Dakotas down through the high plains and into the southern plains as well. So Chris kind of covered the southern tier. Let's talk about the severe in the northern tier, really watching parts of Kansas and Nebraska yet again here. There's a chance a few storms could be severe up towards the Twin Cities on up into northern parts of Wisconsin, but it's going to be more likely into parts of Kansas and into Nebraska yet again. Here's an area of our energy available lift into the atmosphere, and you can see it's certainly concentrated down into parts of Texas, but there's still enough to get storms going, we think, into Nebraska and Kansas here with lesser amounts into the upper Midwest. Our frontal boundary is stalled out, but really is going to be serving as more of a dry line, I think, to get these thunderstorms firing up. And I think hail and damaging winds will be the primary form of severe weather, although a couple of tornadoes couldn't be ruled out. We do have storms trying to fire up here west of Concordia. There's the I-70 corridor. through the state of Kansas. Those are going to be tracking up towards Lincoln and Omaha eventually throughout the afternoon. But I do think things will fire up a little more significantly as we head into the 5, 6 o'clock hour, and then storms will track off towards the north and east, and we'll see some clustering of thunderstorms here as well. A couple of scattered thunderstorms into Minnesota, Wisconsin. That's where more isolated severe weather will happen, but it's going to be more likely within this region. Haze towards Salina into Grand Isle as we head through the evening hours and perhaps into the early overnight while it starts to die down a little bit during those hours.
Meanwhile, as the storms are heating up,
we've got it all going on across parts of Texas right now. Those cooler temperatures in Dallas, thanks to the latest round of storms and rain that continues to push on through. So we've got 3 different areas that we're really keeping our eye on right now. We've got a little kind of a Boeing segment here that's just pushing east of Dallas-Fort Worth. This will kind of be the main thing to watch into the afternoon for any threat of severe weather as temperatures heat up and our atmosphere becomes more unstable. We've got another little spinner up there in the northwestern parts of Arkansas, and then we've got some bubble up showers and thunderstorms coming in across southeastern parts of Texas. So let's go ahead and take a look at the active radar right now. There is quite a bit of lightning with these storms. They're not severe, but we really got to watch out for this stuff down towards Corsicana, stretching and kind of curving back down towards the Waco area. We could still get some good 30+ mile per hour wind gusts out of that. It's the kind of weather you really don't want to get caught out in. But the worst is over for now for Dallas and Fort Worth. You're just seeing some of that light rain continuing here as we head closer towards the lunch hour. We'll take you now into eastern parts of Oklahoma and into northwestern parts of Arkansas. Light to moderate showers here. You can see that little bit of a spin. That's an MCV or a mesoscale convective vortex that's pushing on through. That one could get a little dicey later on in the afternoon with the heating of the day. And then we're dealing with more showers and thunderstorms here, bubbling up along the I-10 corridor and up around the Houston metro area. Of course, we don't need any more rainfall here at all. Our threshold for being able to take on any additional rain is very, very low. So flash flood watches remain in effect through this evening for the Houston metro area, and then stretching westward over towards the Gonzales area. Even less than an inch could possibly aggravate that flood situation. The other thing we need to watch is what's going to be happening here into western Texas later on this afternoon. That dry air, that dry line will be advancing, and more storms are going to be firing up into western parts of the state, into the Panhandle region. Lots of instability to work with here today. I think a lot of that action is going to start to bubble up and take over after 5, 6 o'clock for tonight. These could be big hail makers, damaging winds, and also the potential for a couple of tornadoes. So lots of little things to watch out there here, Chris.
An absolute